And like another subscriber who I read on recently, you have a kite formation with this grand trine to Pluto and Uranus in Virgo in the 11th house. These are all like light language markers, just to share with you that when you start piecing it together, a paragraph or even a whole chapter might evolve. But the way out of a grand trine's ease, because there's so much ease here, it can get like, it's so nice, I don't have to move. But a kite formation to this 11th house of Virgo with Pluto, the planet of the underworld, and Uranus, the other planet of suddenness, electricity, genius, and the most ET of all the planets. So in the 11th house of Aquarius, which is ruled by Uranus. So you've got an extra dash of potential genius, suddenness, and ET contact. Okay, let's see what else I want to show you. First of all, over here, in case you don't know how to read one of these boxes, I first look at, this is F is for fire, air, earth, and water. Look, you have no fire from these major planetary aspects. These are the big ones. So no fire, but you do have air, which your sun is in air, so good mind, earth, good grounding, and water, definitely good feeling. Look at how much is in water. Again, this grand water trine. So what does it mean to have no fire? Initiation, I assert myself, I get going, I have the ideas, this is what I want to do. That could be missing in various parts of your life. Or if you partner with someone who has a lot of fire, then that can help balance out. But the good news here is water loves earth. And look how much water and earth you are working with. Air loves fire. So when air and fire match up, you've got some really great harmonies. Okay, so let's see, what else do I see? Bum, bum, bum. Oh, we said, remember the sun? You're at 25 degrees Gemini in the 9th house. Gemini in the 9th house. Isn't that interesting? Because that is the house that is ruled by Sagittarius. So it tells me that you have the Sagittarian and Gemini kind of axes here going on. And your north node next to Jupiter, I mean, look at, it's 1 degree off of Jupiter. Something big wants to come through you in the way of transformation. This is what your north node is indicating. This is why you're here. But let's go back to your sun sign for a minute. See how it says 25 degrees Gemini right here, 25? Well, the position of that Orion Nebula that I spoke to, the doors of heaven, sits right on top of your sun the moment you were born. I'm going to stop sharing there for a minute. Let's just tune into that. What does that mean to have the doors of heaven, this portal, an interdimensional portal axis open with your brightest light? This is the sun sign you said, yes, I want to show up as Gemini and have these various aspects. What does that mean to have the doors of heaven and your sun right there? Reminds me of that biblical story. Sorry to always go back to the Bible, but that's so much in our American consciousness. It's our foundational blueprint, how we've navigated over the past, several hundred years as a country. But the doors of heaven were known as the pearly gates. When I get to heaven, you know, you stand before the pearly gates. Well, you came in with the gates and this portal open. My goodness, interdimensional portal at 25 degrees Gemini in the Northern Hemisphere. So June 15th, today, well, you can also meditate on your birthday through the 17th. And then on December 15th, it is going to be conjunct the South Pole, the globe, the Southern Hemisphere, this nebula. So you can have a chance to also meditate on December 15th with this heaven's gate that opened up on your birthday. So I'm going to pause for a minute and pull up your soul connections, your star seeds, galactic soul journey. Hold on for 1 second. So thank you for bearing with me on my little pause. I wanted to check my notes with Julia Balaz's course. And this idea of stargates is something that just fascinates me. So before we look at Crystal Tuner's Starseeds report, I wanted to shout out to any listener or subscriber that if you look at your report and you see the fixed stars of Antares, Aldebaran, the Galactic Center, the Lyran or Orion nebulas, sometimes Arcturus, Sirius, Vega, and even the supergalactic and great attractor, those are clear signs of interdimensional portals. Okay, so when you see a lot of those in a chart or some in your own report, you can tune in and just wonder, am I into dream journaling? Do I ever pay attention to, like, where was I when I wake up? Because you could be one of those people who are helping support Earth through working in the heavens during the evenings when you're asleep. If that's a new concept for you, I'm just going to say it. This is one of the narratives around star seeds and why we're here. Some of us are working during the day, some of us are working during the night, some of us don't even know we're on mission. We're just being and are happening to be doing this portal work. Okay, so that's my little infomercial. Here we go. I'm going to share my screen. And here comes Crystal Tuners on starseedsastrology.com. There's a Starseeds report. And as I've shared before, you punch in your natal information. And I'm starting with what's called the basic report to take a peek and see where you've been with your conjunctions and oppositions. Typically, we look here to find out either embodiment of, in certain star nations, or in this case, constellations. And what we first note is, look at Orion and the Galactic Center are both having strong aspects, either conjunction or opposition to your sun line in Gemini. So Orion and the Galactic Center. Remember we were talking about that portal work? Well, here's the Galactic Center. I'm sure it's opposite your sun. So imagine if on one end, you come in with the doors of heaven, with the nebula in Orion being conjunct your sun. And then on the other end, you've got the Galactic Center. So something major. It's like a rocket ship for you, Crystal Tuner. So we look here for the most recent lifetime, and we'll see if it's Orion or the Galactic Center. Then we go to the outermost planets. Here's Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus. And it is blank. It's not clear what your soul's origin was when you came into this galaxy. And I learned today with Julia that oftentimes people who work with interdimensional portals will pop in and out without necessarily having a clear origin here. So that really makes sense why you're not showing a specific origin. But let's go take a peek at the fuller report. And I've clicked this box and this box here. Let me go like that. And then I hit extended report star systems. There I go. I clicked it. Then I have to scroll down here and look where you have been. My goodness. Look at all this. And it just keeps going. We'll start with your sun line. Okay. And remember, this is a mini reading. But I could spend an hour just talking with you. I'm just playing with, look at all the constellations, where you've been. So we look at Orion, and once you know it, an Orion nebula, here's another portal at 52 minutes, 0 degrees to your sun, okay? And the other one was here, the Galactic Center is opposite your sun at 1 degree. So let's say your most recent lifetime was doing portals. We can't even say Orion constellation, it's really portal work. There's a portal here, there's a portal there. I'm going to scroll down and show you your portals. Look at Lyra, Ring Nebula. Here's another portal to your ascendant over here. I know I'm going to miss some because you have so many. Let's see. Here's a galactic center that's squaring your Mars. My gosh, look at this. Here's the Ring Nebula with Lyra. Ring Nebula here too. Oh, and another Ring Nebula, Ring Nebula. Oh, did I say Orion Nebula here to your Chiron? I have never seen so many Stargate portals. Look at this. I might even be having portal envy. You have been around. My goodness. Okay, so here's my question for you. Let me stop sharing for a minute. The galactic astrology class isn't for everybody. We know that it's like a specialty focus, but I think as we start moving from Western and Vedic astrology and looking up to the heavens more, especially if I had been born with heaven's gates right open in the galactic center, right behind me, boom. I would strongly encourage you, when time allows, to truly give Julia's class, even if you just start, not as the practitioner, but just there's a class, very affordable fee to learn online in your own time, and to start speaking the astrology through a galactic expression. It's rare to have this kind of portal work in somebody's chart. Now, you gave me the code name Crystal Tuner. So what that does when I tune into myself is, it's the music of the spheres. It's the ringing symphony of the heavens. It's something where you might already understand how vibration through sound can help rebalance the body. It can help rebalance the cosmos, our earth. This idea of resonance and being in resonance. Crystal Tuner. So I'm also wondering, are you working with crystalline energy too? So see the matrix behind me? Dun, dun, dun. This is layered sacred geometry with a galactic background. There's something very special about your chart. Let me go back and see it one more time for this little mini. Here we come. Okay, so here's your homework if you decide to take it on. I would just count, do the count. Orion, how many Orion soul connections have you come in with? Okay, just the word Orion. Don't worry about what follows. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 soul connections to Orion. Okay, I would park that as a number and learn the story. You can Google Orion Starseeds, qualities and traits, and you're going to find the story of the Orion constellation has to deal with the lightest light and the darkest dark meeting to, it's the duality with an extreme, but that's how we expand, right? So you're going to count your Orions. Now let's see who's next. Hydra. We talked, or I shared a little bit about Alphard, the fixed star Alphard within the constellation Hydra, again, connecting as a sextile to your sun. This heart of the serpent holds that divine feminine wisdom, mystery schools. Let's see how many connections you have to Hydra. There's the 1. Okay, just the 1. And then you count how many you have to Virgo, then to Boots. You know, let's just count Boots. 1, 2, 3, and make, okay, Boots to Arcturus. Oh my gosh, I love Arcturus energy. That is all about the light and vibrating and holding this light. Let me just stop sharing for a minute. Some people say, because I listen to all these great teachers, that the Arcturian light, this higher dimensional vibrational consciousness of the Arcturians, who are very much more evolved than human beings, right? So you could say they're not our grandparents, they might be our great-grandparents. But the moment we're born, the Arcturian energy is that light shaft that kisses us and says, welcome to Earth. And it's also the light shaft that we say, head to the light when you are at the end of this great ride of life and you get another kiss. So the Arcturian energy meets us at the beginning of our birth and meets us at the end of our transformation. That's Arcturian energy. Oh my gosh. Crystal Tuner, you have so much in your chart. If you have any questions about this or you want to add something in the chat line, please feel free. I'm happy to talk offline about how Julia Balaz's Starseeds Astrology has informed me. But I just get so excited meeting people like you who have this incredible path. Yours is definitely interdimensional portal traveler. And the question is, what is it about these portals and you're traveling in and out that is influencing and impacting your third dimensional life? Like, how does it show up? How does it inform? And is it conscious? And did you know you have access? So when I was doing the Stargate work up in Mount Shasta, I always wanted to know, what are the names of my star family? You know, didn't necessarily connect with my human family. I always felt off or odd, but a star family, yeah, that just resonated with me. So that's why I keep doing these free minis. Well, I'm gonna fix my little pashmina. I'm gonna wish you a great birthday, and don't forget to meditate with your beautiful gates of heaven. May they always be open, and that rocket fuel with the galactic center, may it bring you to wherever your dreams are focused. All right, that's all for now, and see you next time on the Ascension Playground.